Hello and welcome to the Book Bunch. My name is Sam. It is so great to have you guys here for yet another video. I hope that you guys enjoy today's trilogy review. It is all about the York series, which is a middle grade series. It is actually so good. So York, what is it about? This book series I hadn't heard too much about before I picked it up, but the few whispers I heard here and there I heard were very intriguing and very interesting to me, so I thought I'd pick up my own copy. It is a science fiction series that is very heavy on the steampunk vibes, so if you like steampunk, definitely pick this one up because it definitely fulfills all of those loves for steampunk and machines and all of that kind of thing. It is set in an alternate version of New York City, current day, but there are also flashbacks to the 1800s as well, when this steampunk version of New York City was kind of founded. It swaps between these two sets of twins. So in the 1800s, it is with the Morningstar twins, and then in the current century, it follows the Biederman twins. The Biederman twins, their names are Tess and Theo, and they live in one of these buildings that were made by the Morningstar twins back in the 1800s. So the Morningstar twins were these very smart people who created all of this steampunk technology. So all these robots that could do different things. A lot of them looked like little animals, and then these 5 buildings around the city that are all super unique and can do very cool things, like having elevators that don't just go up and down but all over the place as well. It's quite cool. I love the setting in this one. And Tess and Theo, in the 2000s, they live in one of these buildings, and there is a boy who lives up the hall, and his name is Jamie, and they become fast friends because they all get an eviction notice to say that they have 30 days to exit their building, because it's almost like public housing or some kind of version of that. So in these buildings that were the Morningstar's buildings, they have all been given over to the city when the Morningstars kind of disappeared, and the Morningstars left a trust of all of their belongings and everything to the city, and they also left behind a cipher or series of ciphers for people to explore and try and figure out in hopes of getting hold of the Morningstar's riches. And for the last 100 and plus years, people have been trying to solve it. There's a whole society that is dedicated to it, and no one's been able to figure it out. But the current day twins and their friend from down the hall decide that the only possible way to save their home is to try and solve this cipher and get the riches for themselves so that they can buy back their home. Obviously, this sounds a little bit outlandish because they are children trying to solve a cipher that people have been trying to solve for hundreds of years, and they've only got 30 days to do it. And it's not just the one, it's a whole treasure map worth of puzzles. And yes, they go on this crazy adventure trying to solve it, but their lives also become under threat because the man who has bought these towers and is trying to take over the city, his name is Slant. He is a very bad man, and he is trying to hunt down the twins and their friend and stop them from getting the cipher completed, because I'm assuming he wants the money for himself, and that's why he's bought up all of these towers. But yes, it's a whole journey. The whole series is very good. There are some strong opinions in there about racism and feminism and different things like that, so just be aware of it. I do recommend this series. I think it's very, very good. I also recommend it, like I said, for people older than middle grade. It is written so well and so nicely that as an adult it was still very pleasant to read. I didn't feel like it was dumbed down or anything like that for a younger audience. So yes, I really enjoyed it, and it really fulfilled a lot of steampunky vibes for me. But that's all I can really say without going into spoilers. So I'm going to leave it there, and then in just a moment I'm going to get into the spoilers. So if you don't want this series ruined for you, I suggest you stop the video, go have a great week and pick up a copy. But for the rest of you that want to know or talk to me about some of the spoilers, I'm going to get into those now. So, ending of the first book with their building being demolished by them, that was a bit wild. I can't say that I was expecting that. I also found it so interesting that like Ava's house was in there, and I would love to see how that is meant to work logistically, because I couldn't quite imagine it in this space, but I think it was very cool. I really do love the whole concept of it. It does strongly remind me of National Treasure, and I always loved those movies. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It does seem a little bit, and I know like it makes sense later on when you find out like that the Biederman twins are also the Morning Stars, but in the future. I do find it interesting just how simple it was for them, like maybe a little bit too simple, but overall it didn't bother me. The reveal about them being the Morningstar twins, though, I mean, I sort of suspected, but I was like, no, surely not, because they've got different names, and then I didn't even think about the fact that they were like the shortened versions of it. That was my bad. I was being a bit thick there, but yeah, I liked that reveal. I also kind of liked how Jamie reacted to it, how like it took him a while to go, actually they didn't know either, because I feel like that was a very real reaction to something like that, especially since he is a kid as well, so it would make sense that he would react that way. So I did enjoy that. It made it feel very real. I kept then trying to figure out who Jamie was the whole time, because I was like, okay, if they're the Morningstar twins, then why isn't Jamie in their future? And like, why didn't he go back in time with them? And like, what is that whole deal? So I was trying to figure that out, and I liked that that was a big twist. How do I feel about the time traveling aspect slash multi-dimensional, whatever that was meant to be? I didn't hate it. I did kind of enjoy it, but I don't know. I almost didn't love the ending, although it was happy, which I appreciate. I did feel like it also was a bit lacking, because like Jamie choosing to press the button and going and trying to be with his mum, I understood that, but I also feel a little bit ripped off because now the twins don't remember all of their adventures and only Jamie remembers it. And I also feel like it needed to explain just a little bit more about whether it erased the previous history or if it made a new like universe, like split the multiverse stream kind of thing, and if that's what it was trying to go for, or if it was just saying that he rewrote history altogether and the rest is just dissolved. Also the twist of, I'm not going to be able to remember his name though, but the grandfather's best friend being bad, like, oh, that was interesting. I did not see that coming at all. I also loved the reveal of Ava. I did suspect that she was a robot for sure, or like part robot, so I did like that reveal. I thought that was very cool. I also loved that she could control all of the Morningstar machines and the ones that she made herself, because everyone kept saying like, oh, but the Morningstars didn't make these kind of machines and stuff like that. They didn't make mammals and various things. It's because Ava made them. And I thought that was really cool. Oh, I just found so many things interesting. I did enjoy all of the flashbacks. I thought they were quite cool. They definitely gave you relevant information at the right time, so I liked all the pacing and the timing. I don't know what more I can really say about it, but I did really enjoy it. I couldn't put them down, so that is always a good sign. I would definitely give them maybe a 4.5, 4.75 out of 5. It's not just because of the ending, it didn't hit quite right for me. It wasn't a 5 out of 5 stars, but the whole story and the journey was so great that I loved it. It definitely has a special spot in my heart now, and I really hope that my daughter will enjoy it when she grows up, because I really liked it, and I love steampunk stuff. So if you do have any other steampunk science fiction that you want to recommend to me, please do, because I really did like it. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought. How did you find the twists and turns and the reveals? I sort of even just like, even if there were no twists and turns, I was enjoying just reading them, discovering like what each little clue was going to be and how different they all were. I loved Ono as well. He was so cute, and I'm kind of sad that he may or may not have survived in the end. I also loved Lance. I loved that there was this whole little side character that was temperamental, and he would temperamentally make food and all of that kind of stuff. I thought that was cool. Yeah, I found it good. But let me know in the comments below how you thought about it, what your thoughts are on the ending is, because I'd love to hear if you guys enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it as much as you could have, like I did, or if you just hated it altogether. I'd really like to know. So yes, that is the York trilogy. There's probably so much more in there that I'm just not even thinking about now, but yeah, it was so good. Let me know what you think. But I also am like, oh, I don't know. I hope she writes other steampunky type things, because she's really good at it. She's really good at like putting in the full detail of the world and everything, and really making you feel immersed in it. I also thought it was cool. I have to say, I did think it was cool that the chest that they found had all of the stuff that was like our reality. I thought that was a cool little connection thing as well. But yeah, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the whole like Slant wasn't in charge, it was this other woman, but then it wasn't even this other woman, it was her father, and like all that was a bit messy. But yes, very interested to hear what you guys have to say. Anyway, I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like me to review for you guys next, if there's anything in particular, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!